Hello everyone, myself is Dr. Binkesh Uttaria, working as an assistant professor at Department of Chemistry, Brahmas College, Dakor. So today we are going to start a paper of MSc 3, that is PS03 EORC21. Name of the paper, that is Selected Topics in Organic Chemistry. Okay, so this is the syllabus that has been given by the SP University. Unit number 1 dyes, second number that is pigments, and third and fourth that is based on the pericyclic reaction, pericyclic 1 and 2. Okay, so we will start with the unit 3, that is the general introduction and theories of pericyclic reaction today. So let us start with the pericyclic reaction. So generally, what is pericyclic reaction? So pericyclic reactions, let us write one thing, pericyclic reactions. Okay, generally pericyclic reactions are the process characterized by the bonding taking place through the reorganization of electron pairs within a closed loop of interchanging orbitals. That means the pericyclic reactions are governed by the reorganization of electron pairs within a closed loop of interchanging orbital. Okay, that is the closed loop of interchanging orbitals. Okay, interchanging orbitals. So that is known as pericyclic reactions. Now why it is important and how it is governed the pericyclic reaction. So in the 1965, the two scientists called Woodward and Hofmann, okay, Woodward and Hofmann, who are the first scientists who give the concept of the pericyclic reaction via MOT, okay, that is known as molecular orbital theory. Okay, this treatment is called principle of conservation of orbital symmetry. They have the following characteristics. What are the characteristics of the pericyclic reactions? So the first characteristics, their mechanism does not involve any ionic, okay, does not involve any ionic or free radical mechanism. Okay, so they are not having any free radical or ionic mechanism via doing the reactant to the product. Second one, they does not have or they does not carry any electrophile or nucleophile. Okay, in pericyclic reaction you will not find any electrophile or nucleophile. Okay, that is the characteristic of pericyclic reactions. These reactions involve a cyclic transition state and brought about it's by heat or light. These are the reactions that can govern by thermal or what we can say photochemical condition. Okay. Fourth one, this reaction does not involve or any influence of the solvent. Okay, not involve or not used any solvent. Okay. Fifth one, this is the one-step concerted mechanism. Okay, this is the one-step concerted mechanism. What is one-step concerted mechanism? You are not having any multiple step from the reactant to the product. Okay, and the last one, this is the reversible reaction. Okay, you can go for the reactant to the product and product to the reactant. So these are the basic characteristics of the pericyclic reaction. Again I am repeating, it does not involve any ionic or free radical mechanism. It does not have any electrophile or nucleophile. It can be carried out in the thermal condition or photochemical condition. It does not involve any solvent. It is a one-step concerted mechanism and it is a reversible reaction. Okay, so these are the characteristics that are given by the Woodward and Hofmann in 1965 via molecular orbital theory. So let us understand how pericyclic reactions are classified. So that is the classification of pericyclic reaction. Okay, so how we can classify this pericyclic reaction? So these pericyclic reactions are mainly classified into 5 reactions. First one, that is the cycloaddition reaction. Okay, first one, that is cycloaddition reaction. Second one, that is the electrocyclic reaction. Okay, that is the electrocyclic reaction. Okay, Third one, that is the sigma-tropic reaction. Okay, third one, that is sigma-tropic reaction. Fourth one, that is the cheletropic reaction. Okay, cheletropic reaction. And last one, that is the group transfer reaction. Okay, so these are the mainly 5 types of reactions that has been in a pericyclic reaction. First one, that is cycloaddition reaction, electrocyclic and sigmatropic. Generally these 3 reactions, cycloaddition reaction, electrocyclic and sigmatropics, you have studied in your undergraduate program, that is BSc. These 2 reactions are new for your syllabus, that is the cheletropic reaction and group transfer reaction. Okay, these 3 reactions, main 3 reactions have been studied in your BSc level. Okay, so now what is pericyclic reactions and definition of pericyclic reaction? Okay, so what is the definition of pericyclic reactions? The reactions governed by the orbital symmetry involving a making and breaking of bonds to form a ring. They are therefore termed as pericyclic reaction from the Greek word peri. Okay, that is the peri. Okay, that means around, and cyclose, this is known as cyclose. Okay, now this cyclose, that means ring. Okay, peri means around and cyclose, that means ring. Okay, again I am repeating this definition, that is reaction governed by orbital symmetry involve making and breaking of bonds to form a ring. They are therefore termed as pericyclic reactions from the Greek word peri, that means around, and cyclose, that means ring, around the ring. Okay, so this is the basic introduction and classification of pericyclic reaction. Now let us understand its application, or what we can say utility. Okay, utility of pericyclic reaction. Okay, how these pericyclic reactions are useful for the synthesis point of view. The pericyclic reactions are important from the practical point of view because of the following facts. That is the first one, that these reactions create a new sigma bond. Okay, it can form new sigma bond, hence it is useful. Okay, hence it is useful for the making of new carbon framework. Okay, new carbon framework. Okay, by use of this pericyclic reaction, we can form a new CC bond. Okay, for this new CC bond formation, we can form a new carbon framework. So that is the first utility of pericyclic reactions. These reactions are not affected or complicated by solvents and catalyze affected. Also, understand the side reactions and concentrate effect. Okay, so these reactions are not affected. This is not affected by the solvent. Okay, not affected by the solvent or any catalyst. Okay, or any electrophile or nucleophile. So these are this cannot be what we can say having disadvantages of using any solvent or electrophile and nucleophile. Okay, so this is the advantage of pericyclic reaction. You cannot use any catalyst, you are not having any electrophile or nucleophile, free radical or any ionic, still you are getting a reactant to the product. So that is the utility of pericyclic reactions. Okay, so next one, that is these reactions are having a high degree of stereospecificity. Okay, so this is the important term, you have to remember that this is having a high degree of stereospecificity. Okay, what is the stereospecificity? It can follow particular pathway to form a product from the reactant. So that is the stereospecific. Okay, there are 2 words of stereospecific and stereoselective. In stereochemistry, we will explain what is stereospecific reaction and stereoselectivity. As if now you can remember that what is stereospecific reaction. So it can follow the particular pathway and it can give only one product, that is known as stereospecific reaction. Okay, so that you have to remember. Okay, now let us understand some of the examples of the pericyclic reactions. Generally, suppose if we are having CH2 double bond CH2, it will undergo with the CH2 double bond CH2, that is ethylene molecule, via thermal or photochemical reaction. At that time what will happen, this will make a bond over here, this will make a bond over here, so it can follow a new sigma bond. Okay, so here you can see that sigma 1 and sigma 2, the pi bond will be break down over here. Here we are having 2 pi electron, it is a 2 pi electron, so it can form a sigma 1 and sigma 2 via thermal or photochemical reaction. Okay, so this is the cycloaddition type of reaction. Let us understand one more reaction, that is 4 pi electron. Suppose if you are having this type of 1,3 butadiene structure. Okay, here also we are having 1,3 butadiene reaction. Okay, when we are having thermal or photochemical condition, what will happen over here? So here we can have a bond over here. Okay, so generally this bond will migrate over here, this bond will migrate over here, this bond will migrate over here. So at the end what will happen? So here we are having 8-member ring. Okay, this is our 8-member ring. Okay, so the bond will be over here, the bond will be over here. Okay, so here we are getting a sigma bond formation, that is one sigma bond formation over here. Okay, second one, that is formation over here. So this is the 4 pi electron system, this is also 4 pi electron system. Okay, here what will happen, 2 pi bond will be broken down and 2 sigma bond will be formed. Okay, and 2 pi electron are migrated from within the closed loop of interchanging orbital. So this is the general reactions of the pericyclic reaction. Let us take one more example of pericyclic reaction. So this is the most important pericyclic reaction example. So let us understand by its structure. Suppose if we are having a cyclohexadiene structure like this, in between that we are having this type of structure. Okay, let us say here what we are having, that is 1 carbon, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, so in between that we are having a pi bond. Okay, so they are giving this type of structure, and let us understand, and they will ask the question like this, thermal or photochemical condition, what will be the product. Okay, so we have to simplify this structure. How we can simplify this structure? So let us understand by its numbering. So numbering start from here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, after that you can go for the 6, 7, 8. Okay, 5 and 6. Okay, 5 and 6. Then after you can go for the numbering, that is 7 number from here, 8 number from here, 9 number from here and 10 number from here. So you have to just simplify this structure. How we can simplify this structure? So let us draw this structure by this way. Suppose if we are having 1 and 2, so I can write down over here, that is 1 and 2. Okay, so this is 2 and 3, so I can write down over here, that is 2 and 3. Okay, that is 3 and 4, I can write down over here 3 and 4. In between 3 and 4 you are having a double bond, so I can put over here double bond. So 4 and 5, okay, this is the 4 and 5. Okay, then we are having 5 and 6, so you can draw over here 5 and 6. Okay, by then you have to remember that one number is attaching with the 7 number and 9 number, 6 number is attaching with the 8 number and 10 number. So what I have to do, I have to just draw the structure like this, that is one number is attaching with the 7 number, 7 number is attached with the 8 number. Now these 8 number is attaching with the 6 number. So what I have to draw over here, that is 6 number over here. Okay, then after, okay, here in 7 and 8 number we are having a double bond. Okay, look down over here, one number is attaching with the 7 number, 7 number is attached with the 8 number, 8 number is attached with the 6 number. Okay, again what we have to do, one number that is attached with the 9 number. Okay, 9 number that is attached with the 10 number. Now this 10 number is attaching with the 6 number. Okay, in between 9 and 10 you are having a double bond. Okay, so this is the simple structure of this complicated structure. In examination they will ask this type of question and they will say what is the product, okay, in 1 or 2 mark. Okay, so what I have to do, I have to just copy this structure because of the sector 2 mole of this structure. Okay, so I am copying down over here. So let us draw the structure over here, that is 7 and 8 number that is attached with over here, that is this structure that is attached over here. Okay, so by that way, that is the 7 number and 8 number, that is okay. So by that way you can calculate, that is 1 number, okay, that is 2 number, 3 number, okay, no sorry, that is 1 number over here, 2 number over here, okay, that is 3 and 4, 5, 6, okay. And then after we are having 9 and 10, then after we are having 7 and 8, okay. So this is the 1 number, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay. Then after, this is the simple structure, okay, this is not a complicated structure. What you have to do, the reaction it is carried out between the 2 mole of ethene. So this will follow by this way, this bond will make a bond over here, this will make a bond over here, so you can get simple structure like this. So what you have to do, you just have to copy this structure and you have to just put a cyclobutane. Rest of the structure will be as it is, okay. So what will happen over here, this bond will be broken down over here, let us say like this, okay. So this bond will be broken down over here. So what will happen over here in the product, so you can get a product like this. So this double bond make a bond over here, this double bond make a bond over here. So you can get a new sigma bond, sigma 1 and sigma 2. So that is the answer of this question, okay. So in examination they will ask this type of question, okay. They will not ask the simple structure, they will ask this type of complicated structure, okay. So I will give you one more example for this, okay. Let us give one, let us say suppose if we are having a cyclopentadiene molecule like this, okay. This is the cyclopentadiene molecule. Now we are having malic anhydride, okay, that is the anhydride structure. So here we are having double bond O, double bond O. So now how we can go for the thermal and photochemical reaction? So simple, what you have to see, this is the 4 pi electron and this is the 2 pi electron. So simply you can write down like this way, there is a 4 pi system and 2 pi system, okay. Okay, so what will happen over here, this will make a bond over here, this will make a bond over here, and this will goes down over here. So in the end you can get a cyclohexadiene structure, okay. This is the 4 pi plus 2 pi system, okay. But here what we are having, there is a cyclopentadiene structure. So here what we can say, this bond will migrate over here, this will falls down over here, and this will make a bond over here. So what will happen over here, so here we can get a bridge structure like this, okay. So this is the bridge structure, this is the cyclopentadiene, okay. This is the cyclopentadiene that is converted into cyclopentene, okay. And then after we are having a C double bond over here, this is the C double bond over here, in between we are having oxygen, okay. So this is the structure, what is the product of this structure, that is the product of this structure, okay. So by that way they can ask the question in examination, so what will be the product. I will give you one homework for you, so you can draw this structure like this, okay. That is the bridge structure, okay. This is the bridge structure, okay. Here we are having C double bond C, Cn, 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 Cn. What will be the product, okay, that you have to tell me. Bridge structure, okay, and we are having a tetracyanoethylene molecule. So what will be the product, that you have to answer me in the next lecture, okay. Now let us understand that is the conservation of molecular orbital symmetry, or what we can symmetry properties of molecular orbital, okay. That is the symmetry properties of molecular orbital, okay. The symmetric properties of molecular orbital, how we can go. Now from the MO diagram, it is quite simple that from the MO diagram, molecular orbital diagram, what we can say, that atomic orbital, okay, atomic orbital combines with the atomic orbital and they will follow by the molecular orbital. That is the simple theory that we have already studied in our undergraduate, that atomic orbital combines to the atomic orbital, they can form the molecular orbital. Now this molecular orbital, which is having two types of property, whether they can have a mirror plane, okay, or they can have a C2 axis. That we have to find out, Miller plane as well as the C2. Okay, so from this molecular orbital they are given as a simple rule. What is that rule? That if your node, okay, if your nodes, what is node I will explain you in later part of my lecture, that if your node which is having a 0 or even number, okay, if your node's value it is having a 0 or even number, at that time what will happen, the orbital which shows the mirror plane, okay, it will show a mirror plane. If your nodes which is having a odd number, okay, which is having a odd number, at that time your orbital will give a C2 axis, okay, the C2 axis will be there, okay, in which here we are not having any C2 axis, in which we are not having any mirror plane, okay. So that is the simplest thing that you have to remember. Now how we can classify the nodes, okay, suppose if we are having a 4 pi electron system like this, okay, so that is the 1,3 butadiene structure. Now in which we are having a 4 pi electron, okay, now this 4 pi electron, okay, this 4 pi electron are useful for the calculation of the nodes. The calculation of the nodes which can be classified as here, that is number of nodes is equal to n minus 1, n that is the number of pi electron. Here we are having 4 pi electron, so we can say 4 minus 1, that is 3. Okay, so here we are having a 4 pi electron, so there will be the 4 wave function like sine 1, sine 2, sine 3 and sine 4, okay, in which we are having sine 1 and sine 2 that will remain at the BMO, sine 3 and sine 4 that will remain at the ABMO, okay. This is the simple thing that you have to remember, okay. So now let us understand the 1,3 butadiene symmetric properties. In examination you have to remember by word, that is what is the role of the nodes. Second one, if we are having 0 or even number, we can say the mirror plane is there. If we are having odd number of nodes, we can say the C2 axis is there. Then after we have to find out what are the pi, what will the pi electron. So here we are having a 4 pi electron, so we can say the number of nodes is equal to n minus 1, that is a 4 minus 1, that is 3. Then after we have to say that if we are having a 4 pi electron, then we should have a 4 wave function in which the sine 1 and sine 2 will remain at the BMO and sine 3 and sine 4 will remain at the ABMO. Okay, now let us draw the symmetric properties of the 1,3 butadiene. Okay, so here that is the energy diagram, okay, in which we are having sine 1 and sine 2 that will remain at the BMO. So we can write down over here BMO, okay, this is the ABMO, okay, anti-bonding molecular orbital, and this is the NBMO, that is non-bonding molecular orbital, okay. Then after, that is the structure of 1,3 butadiene, this is the structure of 1,3 butadiene. Now let us draw this structure by nodes point of view or orbital point of view. So we can draw like this, okay. So here you have to draw a 4 orbital, okay. So let us draw this 4 orbital first of all, okay, you can draw simultaneously, okay. So this is our 4 orbital. Then after we have to find out the node, okay. So here I have to put the word, that is sine 3 and sine 4. Here I have to write down nodes. Nodes we can start from 0, here 1 and 2 and 3, okay, total 3 nodes are there, okay. What is the node? Suppose if we are having this type of structure, okay, we can know that this is the CH2 orbital, but at that time what will happen over, that is the minus and plus, okay, minus and plus sign, minus and plus sign, okay. If we are having a node, what will happen, this minus and plus sign will give a plus and minus sign by the bonding formation, so that is the node, okay. This is which is not having any node, that means both are p orbital is having a similar type of energy. Now in this what will happen over here, this shows that the different energy, different sign, different loop, okay. So that is a one node. when we are having a node, the energy or sign will be different. So that is why we are using this as a node. Okay, now let us understand by its node point of view. Suppose if we are having a 0 node, so there will be no changing of sign. So we can start from here minus and plus. Okay, in whole chapter of pericyclic reaction we can start with the minus and plus sign. If we are having no node, so the all the p orbital which is having a similar energy, so we can say minus and plus. Now there is a one node, so how we can put the node? If we can put over here, we can put over here, we can put over. But what is the exact position of nodes? The exact position of the nodes will be like this. If we are putting the node in both the sides, we should have a similar type of p orbital. So we are having two orbital over here, we are having two orbital over here, so we can put over here a node. So we can start from here, that is minus and plus sign, minus and plus sign. So sign will be differ. Why? Because there is a node, that is a plus and minus sign, plus and minus sign. Then after two nodes, so we can put down over here 1 and 2. That is a 2 orbital over here and there is 2 orbital over here. So we can start from here minus and plus. There is a plus and minus because of the node, plus and minus because there is no node, minus and plus because of there is a node. Okay, 3. So there is only one possibility we can put over here. So we have to change minus and plus, plus and minus, minus and plus, and plus and minus. Okay, plus and minus, this is the plus sign. Okay, now what we have to follow? We have to follow the rules. What is the rules? If we are having nodes, okay, if we are having nodes, that is 0 or even number, we can say mirror plane is there. If we are having odd number of nodes, we can say that a C2 axis is there. Now let us say this is a 0 node. Okay, so it should have a mirror plane. So let us consider that is the first orbital and last orbital. You have to see the first and last. So if I put the plane over here, okay, if I put the plane over here, minus, that is minus, plus and plus. So we can say that it should have a mirror plane. So what we have to write down over here, sin n, m and C2. Okay, you just have to write down below of this chart. Okay, I am not having the space, that is why I am writing over here. You have to just write down this table below of this diagram. So from here we can write down sin 1, sin 2, sin 3 and sin 4. We can say that the which is having a mirror plane, so we can put down over here, there is a symmetric. Okay, mirror plane is symmetric, there is a asymmetric, there is no C2 axis. Okay, now if we are having node that is odd number, this is odd number. Now look at this orbital. Okay, now if I am having, if I rotate, if I put down over here, there is C2 axis. If I rotate by the C2 axis, what will happen? Minus and minus will be over there, or minus plus sign will be differ. So here we are having minus, here we are having a plus. So we can say that is the C2 axis is present. So what we have to write down for the sin 2? Sin 2 we have to write down C2 axis, that is symmetric and this is asymmetric. Then after even number, okay, 0 or even, that is 2 number. So first orbital, last orbital, if I am putting a plane over here, so there is an exact image of plus sign to the last sign. So we can say that the mirror plane is there. So symmetric, here we are having asymmetric. Last one, suppose here having a minus sign, plus sign. So we can go for here, that is a plus and minus. So if I am write down over here C2 axis, so that will be the reverse from the minus plus sign to the plus minus sign. So I can put down over here, that is a symmetric sign and asymmetric sign. Okay, so this is the conclusion table. Okay, from these rules, that is the nodes which is having a 0 or even number, so we can have a mirror plane. If we are having odd number of nodes, we can have a C2 axis. Okay, so this is the simple formula for the molecular orbital symmetric properties of 1,3-butadiene. Okay, so now let us understand the 1,3,5-hexatriene. Okay, in examination they will ask this type of question also. Write down the symmetric properties or molecular symmetric properties of 1,3,5-hexatriene. So first of all, let us draw the structure of 1,3,5-hexatriene. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, 5 hexatriene. So there are total 6 pi electrons. Okay, so the 6 pi electrons, so it will have a 6 wave function. that is sine 1, sine 2, sine 3, sine 4, sine 6. So now these sine 1, sine 2, sine 3 will remain at the BMO, sine 4, sine 5, sine 6 will remain at the ABMO. Okay, now what will happen? Now these BMO and ABMO, now we have to calculate the nodes. Okay, that is nodes is equal to n minus 1, so there will be 6 minus 1, so it will be 5. So there will be 5 nodes in your 135 hexatriene. Okay, now let us draw the structure of 135 hexatriene. Okay, so what we have to do, first of all, that is the energy diagram. Then after we have to write down sine 1, sine 2, sine 3, then after sine 4, sine 5 and sine 6. Okay, now let us draw the sine 1, sine 2, sine 3, okay, up to the sine 6. Okay, this is the 135 hexatriene diagram, that is the BMO, this is the ABMO. Okay, so we can start from here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let us start from here. We have to write down minus and plus sign over here. There is no change, minus and plus, minus and plus, minus and plus, minus and plus, minus and plus. Okay, then after one node, 3 from this side, 3 from this side, so we can say minus plus. So minus plus, minus plus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. Okay, then after two nodes, so two nodes will be like this. Okay, there is two nodes. Okay, two side from here, 2 from here, 2 from here, that is minus plus. Okay, minus plus, plus minus, plus minus, minus plus, minus plus. Then after 3 nodes, so how we can put 3 nodes over here? So we can go from here 1, 2 and 3. Okay, 2 from this side, 2 from this side, 2 from this side. So we can write down over here minus plus, then after plus minus, plus minus, minus plus, minus plus and plus minus. Okay, that is a 4 node. Okay, that is a 1, 2, 3 and 4. There is no other possibility for here, minus plus. Okay, plus minus. So here we can have node minus plus, so we can minus plus, here plus minus and minus plus. 5 node, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. All the sign will be changed, minus plus, plus sign, minus, minus plus, plus minus, minus plus, plus minus. Okay, so what we have to see, we have to just check the rules that if the nodes is having a 0 or even number, then we can say the mirror plane will be there. If it is having odd number, we can say the C2x is there. So below of this chart you can draw this box, that is conclusion of our diagram, that is from the sine n, m and C2. Here we can write down sine 1, sine 2, sine 3, sine 4, sine 5 and sine 6. 0. Okay, minus plus, minus plus, minus plus, minus plus. So there will be the plane over here from the first and last. This is the first and this will be the last. Okay, so there is a 0, so we can say the mirror plane is there. It will be asymmetric. Okay, so here we can put down like this. Okay, you can check whether there is a wrong or right. Okay, so this is the conclusion that from the 135 hexatriene, that if we are having a node 0 or even number, that is a 0 number, so mirror plane is there. Odd number, C2x is there. What we can say, even number. Okay, so even number we are having a mirror plane. So 0 or even, mirror plane is there. Odd number, C2x is there. Okay, so this is the molecular orbital or molecular symmetric properties of a 135 hexatriene as well as the 13 butadiene. Okay, so in next lecture we will see about the starting the reaction with the cycloaddition reaction. Okay, now that is a small effort that I have been putting over here, that is the Telegram channel. Okay, so in this channel you can find out Dr. Pinkesh Suttaria's chemistry. Okay, so in that channel I am posting the video or material for the BSc, MSc as well as the PhD notification or net set material. Okay, so you can go for that. Okay, you can join that channel also. I will provide you all the material. Okay, so thank you for watching it. Next time we will see about the cycloaddition reaction. Okay, thank you.